is. It's Slow Jam Thursday. I don't know what this is all about. It's kind of sexy, though. How's everyone doing on this happy Thursday? First day of the month. I see Rabbit is in the chat because it's first day of the month. You know how that goes. Maybe you didn't hear that story before. Rabbit. And it's also an important celebration this month. Probably the most important celebration that we can have. I know this is loud. There, that should be a little better. It's Strong Dad June, Father's Month, Father's Day coming up. And we want to celebrate the fathers this month. Because if you want to, now we can either complain about that other month that we'll certainly mention that. But some people got together and thought, you know what? Rather than complaining, how about we set something up of our own that maybe would have an even more important impact? So we set up, I didn't have anything to do with it, but the brothers over at Hotep Nation came up with Strong Dad June. Yes, weak dads are included. Okay? Yes, weak dads, you're cool too. But the point is, anyone can be a father, but you want to be a dad. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit and a couple other news items, but I don't have a whole lot prepared today, so it's going to be kind of off the cuff. But we'll do that right after we play the intro, although I'm having a hard time leaving this mellow music. It's got me feeling some kind of way. But I got to start the show. So, Johnny, please pause that and play the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only P-Dog Knight.
Yes, the one and only. That would be me. Stop the music. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as P-Dog Knight on the internet. And welcome to the P-Dog Knight channel, or welcome back if you're coming back. If you're new, welcome for the first time and everything in between. So, it is Strong Dad June, something that we're going to start celebrating on a regular basis. If we can, we're going to push it, kind of like White History Month. June's also White History Month. June also Pride Month. There's a whole lot of stuff going on, but we choose to celebrate Strong Dad June. So, before we get into too much, and I'll explain a little more, and we'll show a couple videos and read some articles explaining what this means and why we want to celebrate it. But first, let's say hi, because that's what I do. First in the chat over on Rumbles, Mr. Avocados Diabli, who gets the bell. Also, good morning to Mike Savage, Blarg, Jimmy Das Hotep, Rabbit, who says Rabbit, and also Next Gen Trolls over on Rumble, over on YouTube. What the hell? Scroll, baby. There you go. Good morning again. Avocados Diablo gets the bell. Thank you, sir. Also, Rabbit is in the house, even though it's Rabbit, but we'll acknowledge Rabbit. Also, good morning, Jimmy Das Hotep. Shady Grins back. Welcome back. Good morning, Unacceptable Views. Hello, Simon Wolfwood and GDSOB. And Tyrannus Alexandrius. The Invictus Lich. That's so epic. Good morning to my favorite Canadian Jaeger pony, Somnambule Nation's in the house. Nomad's here. Hammer time. Also, good morning to anybody else here? Dumb Beard. Beard, what's up, man? Good to see you in the chat. What's up? Good morning. And let's see. Fake news expert. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Tyler F. Hello. Those ain't real dudes in the house. I already said GDSOB, right? I think I did. If I didn't, hi again. Quippers United. What up, Jack? How you doing, my brother? Gulf City, DCC. Blink 182's in the house. Hello to you too. And Blue Eyed Scream. You become my company for my trip to the chiropractor. Thought I'd miss you. Oh, well, get to cracking there, buddy. Anyway, all right. I'm just going to get right into the main topic about Strong Dad June. Oh, wait, I got some notifications. Let me check these notifications here. Got some thank yous to do. Thank you, Somnambul Nation. Thank you, AG. It's AG400. Thank you, Tyler F. retweeting the show this morning. Liberty Toad. Liberty Toad, are you new? Are you here even? I'm just curious. That's a new name I haven't seen. Retweeting my show. The Morning Night Live with host and dad himself, Pete Knight. Number 1170. Oh, thank you. I don't know who Liberty Toad is. Is that a new Liberty, faith, and traditional values, self-governance advocate, Frederick Douglass, conservative, work in progress? All right, cool. I'm glad you, thanks for tweeting out the show. Jimmy Das Hotep also, and Tall Person, and Jaeger Pony. A lot of people tweeting out the show this morning. I appreciate it. Somnambul Nation. And also a lot of people retweeting the Strong Dad tweet, which I'm going to get to in a minute. First, though, I got our first sponsor today. Thank you, Jimmy Das Hotep, for being the first sponsor and
you are
the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. Who says if you're a dad raising kids or raised kids, this would in this world to stand up for themselves and their values, you are absolutely a hashtag strong dad. Yes, you are. It is the mindset. Hope you dads have a great day and month. Hotep and build. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Perfectly said. We appreciate that. Thank you, and for sponsoring the show. By the way, sponsor the show if you can. If you can't, that's cool. But we're going to build up some funds so I can take my 2 months off when I get my hip replaced. So looking forward to that. That's at the end of August. So that's why I have the little ticker now. We're going to try to make weekly goals and see if we can hit them. And I got to figure out how to make the big noise thing when the goals happen though. So we'll work on that. Anyway, let's see. A couple more notifications just came in. Thank you, Tyrannus Alexandrius, the Invictus Lich, for retweeting the show this morning also. And Jimmy Dasso's already said, okay, I got everyone. I think I got everyone who's tweeted out. Look, do me a favor. If you're watching, there's no reason why you shouldn't share this stream with your friends and neighbors if you can, either through, YouTube or Facebook. I don't know how you do it through YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever you do, wherever you do that stuff. And then also hit the like button during the show. I'm sure you like the show sometimes. And if you want to sponsor the show, the best place, pdognight.live, where not 30% goes to the person who replaced Susan. That link's in the chat quite often, and there's also some links to the Discord server and other things. So if you see the little Streamlabs thing with the wrench dropping in, just see what it says every once in a while, and it'll tell you where to go and how to do what you need to do. All right, let's talk about our holiday that we're putting together today, which we're putting together, but we're talking about today. And damn it, where did I put it? I wanted to put. What happened here? I wanted to make sure that I featured. Hang on a second. Let me make sure I do this right now because I messed up. Sorry about that, guys. I want to put Trey Quinn's tweet up here to kind of explain what the whole significance behind Strong Dad June and how it's coming about. And I thought it was such a great explanation. I thought I would focus on that. So I'll make sure we get to that. But let me do a couple things that are trending first, okay, because I kind of messed up here. So we'll do a couple trends, and then we'll get into Strong Dad June, because I think Strong Dad June is an important idea, important concept, an important thing for people who maybe are getting a little, I don't mind that they had a Pride Day, right? Back when it was just LGB people, right? But now, it got turned into Pride Week, and it's turned into Pride Month. In some places, it's Pride season. Like the whole summer is Pride season. And we're basically setting aside all this time for less than 10% of the population, but they have a very strong lobby, at least politically. And also, it's just it's getting to a point where, what are we celebrating when we celebrate Pride, right? Well, we're celebrating who has sex with people. What does it contribute to society? I understand the original purpose of having Pride was allow people to be themselves and have, just say, you don't have to hide. And we've gotten to a point in society where whether we agree with the lifestyle of gay people and LGBT people, we respect them as our fellow man or woman or whatever, and whether it's like I said, there's certain things I don't believe that they believe, but the people that I know are good people, and I don't have any problem with them and what they do in their private lives. But we've gotten to such a point where is that a priority in life right now? Because I think right now, one of the bigger priorities we should be thinking about is how are we raising children in this country, and how are we impacting children? And the Strong Dad June is an important part of how we make our nation better, because better dads make better nation, as far as I'm concerned. I truly believe that. And we've gotten away from the importance of dad, the importance of men. Okay, we've gotten so far out in feminism and other ideologies that we kind of take for granted all the things that men do. I always laugh when you see a feminist said, I don't need a man. I don't need a man. I don't need a man for anything. Really? When you get a flat tire, do you fix that flat yourself, or do you rely on a man? When you buy a home, did you rely on some men who built that home usually? I mean, most of the time it's very rare that there's a whole woman crew building a home. That bridge in Florida, it was some college engineering class, it was an all women engineered bridge. The thing collapsed like during the grand opening of it. Are the dirty jobs that people do every day that keep your, electricity on, that keep your water flowing, that keep your heat going, all those things are done mostly by men. So the idea that you can live without men, you put 20 men on an island together and, they'll be around for a while. You put 20 women on an island, maybe if they're all survivalist women, they'll do just fine. But other than that, good luck to you. So, who takes your garbage away? Exactly. So, I will not be forced to respect degenerates. Okay, that's certainly up to you. I mean, I don't even have a problem with people who don't want to deal with people like that at all. But I just got to the point where the saturation of it has become, especially now that they're starting to push it on the kids, and that's where I go, hold on, stop there, stop right there, boom, boom, I gotta know right now, before you bring that book into my library, does it have any sex of any kind? I don't mean just the gay sex, but why is it in my school library? I don't know. It's stupid. So anyway, a couple things trending that we'll get to right now, because I said I would. That at least I put on the list today. One of them is obviously Happy Pride Month. And the problem with Happy Pride Month, in fact, I don't even know if I can show any of it, so I'm going to leave it off the screen for a minute. Ooh, that's kind of dark. Stone toss. Happy Pride Month, putting a rose on a tombstone. Happy Pride Month. After the floodwaters receded, God presented a rainbow to Noah as a promise that he intended to infect the planet forever with his woke mind virus and keep shit super gay for the foreseeable future. Oh my God. Oh, the memes are out in force. That's that one. Oh, Lord Stanhope, what up? Wait, what? What about California? I don't know what the hell's going on here. Get a hold of yourself. Act like a man. What the hell happened? You go to California and come back all... I don't know what that means. Funny how the feminists never want garbage men or sewer men jobs. No, that's just it. It's like who is it says that? Jordan Peterson, like, they always want to be in the C-suite, the corporate suite. You want representation. But it seems like you only want representation in the cool jobs, the high-paying jobs, the jobs that give you power. You don't want representation in the the wrecking crew or the people pouring cement. You don't care about that, or plumbers. If more plumbers were women, I might get a view of the plumber's crap. Well, that's a good thought, Sully. Nicely done. Oh, Godfather. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so anyway, anything else I want to say about Pride Month? Look, you're gonna get tired of hearing about Pride Month. Wait a minute. Here is Sally Ride, the first LGBTQ plus person in space, at least that we know of. What? Was Sally Ride gay? Was she a lesbian? I don't know. Who cares? It's got to the point. Here's the other thing too. One thing I get really tired of hearing. Oh, we have the first, anytime you say the first black something, the first black female vice president. Okay, I don't care. All it does is remind you that, never mind. I'm not even go there. Anyway, Pride Month's trending. I don't even have to tell you why, because it's Pride Month. But now, along with Pride Month, interestingly enough, because, it used to just be LGB, right? The lesbians, gays, and bisexual. Bisexual is trending, by the way. I'm curious about that. But the what is a woman is trending also. Now, it's kind of interesting. Now, here it is. What is a woman? Labeled hateful conduct. Twitter is not a free speech platform. Okay, here it is. This is back... Jeremy Boring, what is this from? This is from an hour ago. Okay, here it is. Twitter canceled a deal with Real Daily Wire to premiere What is a Woman for free on the platform because of 2 instances of misgendering. I'm not kidding. This is an hour ago he did this. 1 year ago today, we released What is a Woman to celebrate the occasion and expand the movie's already enormous impact. We decided to give it away for free for 24 hours on Twitter. With Twitter's recent commitment to free speech, we thought it would be the perfect place to distribute the film and drive the conversation forward on one of the most important topics of our day. Twitter responded with enthusiasm and offered us the opportunity to buy a package to host the movie on a dedicated event page and to promote the event to every Twitter user over the first 10 hours. We accepted and signed the agreement. After we signed, though, Twitter asked to see the film to better understand what parts may trigger users so they could better prepare their response. They said they were still all hands on deck for launch, so we sent them a screener. After reviewing the film, though, Twitter let us know that not only could we no longer purchase the package they offered, they would no longer provide us any support and would actually limit the reach of the film and label it as hateful conduct because of misgendering. Wow. Wow. Where's my wow button?
Wow.
Specifically, In the film, a father refers to his 14-year-old daughter as her, and a store owner uses the wrong pronoun in a confrontation with a trans person. We reminded Twitter they removed misgendering from their policy, that the term misgendering itself is misleading, and that enforcing such a policy places them on the side of the most radical elements in society. Hello, Selecta Boy, by the way, not any related to what I just said. Yeah, boy! Twitter clarified they only removed misgendering from their policy because they didn't need to be that specific, but that they still considered misgendering abuse and harassment. Well, wait a minute. Happy Mental Health Awareness Month. Yeah, that's Pride. Mental health awareness goes hand in hand. Anyway, they gave us the opportunity to edit the film to comply, and we declined. Now that's interesting because if it's in a film, who is it harassing? It's not harassing anyone on Twitter, right? That's fascinating. When we asked how much they would limit the visibility if we posted the film anyway, Twitter replied that our own followers would not be able to see it in their feeds. This, they said, is part of their speech not reach policy. Well, what the fuck's the point of that? Of course, saying you have the right to speak, but we'll make sure no one hears you is a bit like saying you have the right to cast a vote, but we'll make sure it isn't counted. That's not right at all. Good point, Jeremy. After all, the Babylon Bee was silenced on Twitter over this very issue, and that in part prompted Elon Musk to purchase the platform. The other tech platforms have already decided where they stand on the trans debate and demonetize and deprioritize all of those who disagree. Now, Twitter has joined the ranks of the other tech superpowers in ensuring one side of the debate is suppressed. Elon Musk is not beholden to conservatives. He has the right to run his business as he sees fit. But if Twitter is going to throttle one side of the most important debates facing society, it cannot claim to be champion of free speech. I hope Elon Musk will reconsider this awful policy. If we can't debate the issues on Twitter, where can we debate them? If conservatives aren't welcome on Twitter, where are they welcome? It is unlikely another centimillionaire will come along and offer it an alternative. We plan to post the movie anyway tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. Will Twitter make good on their threat to throttle it and label it hateful conduct? Or will Twitter live up to his great promise? We'll all find out together. Then they say, name names, please. Who specifically at Twitter told you this? That's a good point. Studies related to drag queens and children. Drag queens, otherwise known as female impersonators, are typically gay men. Jennifer, okay, I don't know what that means, but anyway. So that's, wow. That is not what we expected from Elon Musk and the Twitter people. I'm going to leave that thread in a separate link today. By the way, as you know, I always have the links to everything we do in the, I'll drop them in the chat at the end of the show in a single page called one something page, what is it? The hell is it called? One tab link. And so you click the link and everything will be on a secret, not a secret, a simple page. Blah, 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 blah. A single page. Thank you very much. Hello, Kevin S. What's up? And someone else. Oh, Brent Hayes. What's happening? So that's maybe why one is a woman is trending. Now, other people are talking about What is a Woman right now. Courage is a Habit. What is a Woman is an incredible documentary. We highly recommend everybody take this free opportunity to watch it. It is so well done. Matt Walsh Blog is the perfect host for it. It's wrong what Twitter did here. Yeah, it is. That's bullshit that Twitter did it. Malefica! What's up? To me, the trans are misgendering, not me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I consider misgendering, is what the trans people do. Anyway, I would like to see What is a Woman on Twitter. Elon Musk, if you don't intervene, you have not used your money for free speech. And I wonder why did you make the purchase? And my guesses will be in the dark direction. Who are you? Lots of people are talking about this. Scott Nugent, tonight Twitter had a deal Daily Wire to show What is a Woman for all to see to celebrate the 1-year anniversary, and Live Roundtable. Twitter backed out at the last minute. Why, Elon Musk? Suppress all voices, even us gays, lesbians, and trans. This is why the rainbow. What? This is why the rainbow rebellion is needed. RSVP today. This Scott Nugent's a gay man who is he doesn't like the whole the transing kid stuff either. So anyway, so that's why What is a Woman is trending on the first day of Pride Month, of course. Let's see. I'm done with trends because I want to get into my main topic, and maybe we'll figure this out. But just so that you know what other things are trending, I'll leave the trending page up, and it'll probably customize itself to you unless you do not have Twitter. But if you get this page, so other things, love is trending. What is a Woman? New month. Rabbit. Anything else interesting? Happy Gay Month. Halsey. Happy first is the first of the month. Tom Morello. Oh, I know why Tom Morello's trending. So Tom Morello, the guitarist for Rage Against the Machine, is trending because of something he posted. And it's kind of weird that he posted this to me. I'm not understand his sentiment. And then Tim Pool chimed in. He posted this German saying, if 9 people sit down at a table with one Nazi without protest, then there are 10 Nazis at the table. Tim Pool says, wow, I did not expect Tom Morello to come out as a fascist. Kind of sucks. And some people are questioning why Tim would call him a fascist for saying that. But it's fascinating. It's fascinating. Hello. Good morning, Now What Studios, aka my friend Woo. Hi, old buddy. Rainbow lost the connection. Sorry, Kermit. Yeah. And so I don't know. Tom Morello calls out Nazi. Tim Pool, hey, those are my friends you're talking about. No, that's not what he said. And because you guys call everyone Nazis, and it's kind of funny how you do that. And you consider anyone, left of or right of Mao Nazi. I don't know what it is, but anyway, that's why he's trending. Anyway, I don't care about trending topics anymore. Let's get into the show of why we're here, what the main topic is, and that would be, if people are going to have their own months, well, seeing that Father's Day is in June, why not make June Strong Dad Month, right? And so, and it's a concept come up by some of the Hotep guys who I greatly appreciate. As you know, I'm very friendly with many of them, and many of them come and watch the show.
Up, yo?
Whoa, sorry about that. That's a little loud. But so we're gonna give you a little hint or a little preface of what Strong Dad Month is about, and I kind of hope this catches on. I noticed a bunch of people have retweeted something I wrote this morning, which I'll share with you shortly here. Good morning, Jess. Good morning, Jess. And speaking of strong dads, the father of my lovely grandchild is in the chat. Hello, Jess Phillips. What's up? So let's talk about how the impetus of how Strong Dad Month came about. So we'll listen to Trey Quinn here, a.k.a. Black Hotep, 100% at Black Hotep. Here's Trey Quinn talking about Strong Dad Month.
Hey, what up, y'all? You know what tomorrow is? Father's Month, aka Strong Dad June. And during the entire month of June, I won't be giving any fitness updates. I'm not going to be talking anything else. It's all going to be about fathers. Every day, we're going to talk about the contributions of fathers in society, in the home, and in the community. What we need to be doing, how our focus needs to change, and we're only going to present solutions. Because this is something that I've noticed over the past few years, is that we've been engaging too much with people who just want us to argue. We've been engaging too much with distractions. So, let's change that. Let's make that change right now. As fathers, we are leaders. We are leaders. So let's act like leaders and start presenting solutions to the people in this world. Start presenting solutions for the families, for people who are struggling, for people who actually need these solutions brought to them. Let's no longer complain about the problem. Let's only present the solutions or a path to the solutions. Because as far as I'm concerned, that's what fathers need to be focused on. We're so important in this world, and I truly believe that that is being undervalued. So instead of complaining about it being undervalued, let's actually show why it should be valued. So join me in the Hoteps. We're doing Father's Month, aka Strong Dad June. And let me tell you what, if you don't agree, right? Let's say you disagree, you don't think we should celebrate Father's Month. Let's say, it's wrong or it's distracting from whoever else is celebrating. That's fine. You can have that opinion, and that's okay with me, that's okay with us. But when you bring it to us, we're not going to engage with you. And as far as I'm concerned, we should no longer engage with distraction. All we should worry about is how to move forward, okay? We are the straight arrow, we fly straight, we fly forward, and we show the rest of the world, our families, our communities, our societies, which direction they should go. So from now on, we're doing Father's Month. From now on, we're celebrating fathers the way they should be celebrated. So Strong Dad June is approaching tomorrow. Get ready to celebrate. I'm going to celebrate, and it's going to be just about that. Let's get it cracking.
Fantastic. All right, so that's what it's about. GDSOB asks, when is the White Pride Month again? Okay, listen, let's get it straight. It's White History Month, and White History Month is also June. That Jesse Lee Peterson started White History Month, and we really don't celebrate it, but there you go. Where's that video? It will be in the links at the end of the show. I'll have it in the links. So that kind of explains Strong Dad June. So this morning I posted a tweet. Now I got to admit I cheated a little bit. I used a little chat GP to help me write this, and then I made some White History Month is next month? Oh, I thought it was in June. It's July? Okay, excuse me. I got it wrong. Thank you for the update, Kevin S. So I dropped this one this morning, just about Happy Strong Dad Month. And so here we go. First, though, Tyler Alexander, thank you for sponsoring the show. Dropping a small bullet in the tip jar. Tyler Alexander says, I play D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. If you sit at the table, play, and you break bread with me, you are my friend. I'll happily break bread with Lucifer himself if he sits down to share a mutual hobby. You don't change minds with hate. You change it with common ground and love. You know what? I think that's a shot at Tom Morello, and that's a good one. That's a good one, If I sit at a table with someone who's actually a Nazi, I'm going to ask some questions. I'm just going to be like, how do you come up with this? And maybe try to at least, figure him out. And, look, I'd rather know that the Nazi's at the table than have the Nazi hiding behind the bushes with some weaponry and shit. So that's just me. I'd rather see you face to face and maybe be able to persuade you into the errors of your ways. Anyway, here's my first day of Strong Dad June contribution. Happy Strong Dad June, a month dedicated to men who are more than just fathers. Anyone can be a father. Be a dad. Being a dad is important because it provides an opportunity to positively shape a child's life, fostering love, guidance, and support that contribute to their overall well-being and future success. Being a strong dad is a journey filled with love, dedication, and growth. Here are 5 powerful ways to strengthen your bond with your child and be a remarkable father. Active presence. Show up for your child consistently, both physically and emotionally. Engage in activities together, listen attentively, and be involved with their lives, creating lasting memories through shared experiences, and let them know you're there for them no matter what. Number 2, unconditional love. Love your child unconditionally, accepting them for who they are, embrace their uniqueness, encourage their dreams, and support them through triumphs and challenges. Their safe haven, or be their safe haven, providing comfort, understanding, and affection without judgment. Number 3, lead by example. Be the role model your child needs. Demonstrate integrity, honesty, and empathy in your actions and words. Teach them important values and morals through your own behavior. Show them how to handle adversity with grace and kindness. Number 4, effective communication. Nurture open and honest communication with your child. Create a safe space where they feel comfortable. And I use that word on purpose because this is the real meaning of a safe space between you and another person, where someone can confide in you. So that's why I use the words. Where they feel comfortable sharing their thoughts, feelings, and concerns. Listen actively and validate their emotions. Encourage dialogue and help them develop strong communication skills. And finally, quality time. Make quality time a priority. Set aside dedicated moments to engage in activities that your child enjoys. Be fully present and actively participate in their lives. Whether it's playing games or going on adventures or simply having meaningful conversations, these moments create a strong bond. Remember, being a strong dad is an ongoing commitment. It requires patience, self-reflection, and growth. Embrace the journey and learn from your experiences and cherish the beautiful connection you share with your child. And then, obviously, happy Strong Dad June. So I hope that inspires people. I see a bunch of people retweeting it on Twitter just this morning, and so I appreciate that. Let's see. Let's check my notifications real quick. Just make sure I need anything up here. Okay, this is what the hell's going on in my computer here? All right, we're cool there. All right, now I'm also going to go on menoforder.com, which is a lot of the guys who are from Hotep Nation have this website where they write articles and give great advice on certain things. And I haven't even read this article, but it's interesting because, we talk about how a lot of our problems in society are because of the lack of strong dads and how we're no longer raising strong sons. And so Brian Sharp, aka Hotep Jesus, wrote this article, which I have not seen. And so we're going to go through it together, and we'll talk about it at the end, or you can talk about it in the chat. We'll see what people think. And he wrote this article called How to Raise Strong Sons. With masculinity on the decline, raising strong sons is more important now than ever. And he has a subtitle, Discipline. Discipline is doing what you have to do, even when you don't want to do it. A man without discipline is destined for ruin. He should not expect wealth or women to exist abundantly in his life. Men without discipline become feminist and communist. That's funny. Two of the most destructive ideologies in the history of humanity. Men without discipline complain about their problems. Men with discipline tackle their problems. The difference between real masculinity and toxic masculinity centers around discipline. Toxic masculinity manifests in the form of abuse, either abuse of oneself or abuse of others. Abuse is an emotional reaction to insecurity that stems from a lack of discipline. The first indicator that a man lacks discipline can be seen in the quality of his health. Men that are underweight or overweight tend to lack discipline. If you want to audit your discipline, look at your eating habits. Are you choosing foods that are good or only taste good? Can you say no to those cravings and say yes to the food that will contribute to better health? That's where I lack some discipline, I have to admit. Good morning, Ebony Williams. If you remove discipline, excuses takes its place. Excuses often spawn in the form of blame. Excuse makers blame everyone and everything but themselves for their problems. These are powerless males. Power begins where accountability starts. If you want power, begin to blame everything negative in your life on yourself. This is the inflection point of positive transformation. When you blame others, you give them power. That's deep. Sports. I'm going to see where he goes with sports here. We have entered the participation trophy era where every boy wins a trophy regardless of his performance. This teaches boys that a society will accept them no matter how they perform. This practice teaches boys how to live based on a lie. That's true. And that's, it's interesting because when I was a director, when my son, my younger child, played youth football, I was actually the director of the, local community football league for, youth football league. And we had always given participation trophies. And I think that was the year when I became director, our board, we decided, you know what, we're not going to do this participation trophy thing anymore. First of all, the kids don't even like them for once. First of all, it's just like annoying them. Even for the third graders, the third and fourth graders didn't like the participation. It's like, they don't need that. Why are you giving me this? And again, we kind of had that same thing, well, why are we what does that teach kids just to give everyone a trophy? It doesn't teach them right meaning. Anyway, he continues, every boy must learn how to handle a loss. He must understand the dynamics of competition. He must know what it feels like to see someone achieve more than him and aspire to be better. A boy must experience the grind of practice and training. This is where a man is built. There are few greater feelings than seeing results after a grind. Many of the cases of depression among boys that have plagued American society come from insecurity. Practice and grind destroy insecurity. Confidence forged from training cannot be taken from a man. It can only be fueled. Think about a boy in the participation trophy era who has never had to deal with a loss, who grows to be an adult male and life slaps him in the face with a loss. Because this is new to him, he may collapse under pressure. But a boy who has taken many losses and risen again mocks any loss in his adult years because he knows he will rise again. A man is not a man until he has been punched in the face. The soft generation of males is a result of never being punched in the face or kicked in the stomach. This is why boys should participate in a sport that involves physical contact. A boy must learn how to deal with pain. He must learn how to experience pain and then walk it off with a hug from mommy or dad. If a society is to create strong men, then they must prioritize competitive sports for boys. That's very interesting. Women. If discipline and money don't ruin a man, then women will, if you are not careful. Many great men have fallen because of women. This may come in the form of predatory practices like gold digging or clout chasing. Many women will date a man for his money and or social status, but shallow requirements like these are not easily satiated. No matter what you give a woman, she will always want more. And if you are unable to provide more, she will move on to her next mark. This is why a father must be a great judge of character and teach this skill to his son. The best way to be a good judge of character is to have a great character yourself. A man should expect his woman to meet or exceed his own excellence and desire for excellence. More on relationships here. There's a link there. Teach your son to treasure experiences and not things. Teach him to value accomplishments and not things. Teach him to value ideas and not things. You can do this by revealing the value of these to him. When he does not recognize characteristics in others, he must be taught to avoid them at all costs. Teach your son that women outnumber him, so there are more of them than there are of him. Teach him that when you take away all of the undisciplined and poor males, then women have a small selection, which makes him rare and valuable. Teach him that he is the prize. Teach him that women should fight for his love and not the other way around, because it is a woman that must secure a man for her future, as a man was built to secure his own future. Teach him how to say no, because this is the word that every woman must hear, because if he says no in the wrong manner, he may be met with violence. However, if he says no in the right manner, he will be met with respect. Teach him to value respect Teach him to value respect and not affection, because women hide intentions with affection. Love can be feigned with affection, but respect can never be faked. Teach your son this, and he will be a great man. So, some of this sounds like subtle MGTOW stuff. Yeah, kind of a little bit, but there are some truths to it too. Make women subservient again. Oh my God. Well, I don't know that we meant that, but I think there's some important advice in there. And again, that will be in the links. So, like I said, being it is Strong Dad Month. We'll have a few dad items in each show during the month, here and there. So there you go. All right, let's move on. Speaking, and I mentioned something about the misgendering thing that happened with the Daily Wire trying to show what is a woman on Twitter. And I just noticed that a couple of these outlets, for some reason, all of a sudden noticed a story that we talked about months ago. And that is at the University of Colorado claiming that misgendering can be an act of violence, according to the university. Now, we talked about this a while back. I know we talked about this center for what do they call it? The Pride Office or something like that. The University of Colorado Boulder claims that misgendering someone can be an act of violence. CU's Boulder Pride Office argues on the university website that deliberately ignoring someone's pronouns can be an oppressive and even violent act. Now, when people start talking about how words or actions that are not violence, considering them to be an act of violence, are they giving you permission to react with violence? That's where the biggest problem I have when I calling anything that is made of words, like for example, AOC likes to talk about Twitter and how that people saying things on Twitter are an act of violence. Well, no, violence is a physical thing, right? It is not a mental thing. Now, the mental gymnastics to turn it into violence is crazy. But anyway, so the Pride Office argues on the university website that deliberately ignoring someone's pronouns can be oppressive and an act of violence. Quote, choosing to ignore or disrespect someone's pronouns is not only an act of oppression, but it can also be considered an act of violence, reads a page titled Pronouns. When you ask someone to use their pronouns, when someone asks you to use their pronouns, they're asking you to respect their identity. I don't care. It is never safe to assume someone's gender, and living life where people will naturally assume the correct pronouns for you is a privilege that not everyone experiences. Okay. I said it 1,000 times. Pronouns are not the usage of pronouns has nothing to do with validation of someone else. Secondly, pronouns, you generally use them just to avoid being repetitive. And so it simplifies language in a way that if you start adding in a whole bunch of different pronouns for different people, you're still being repetitive, right? Thank you, Francisco Gonzalez, for subscribing to the channel. And so, again, when I'm using pronouns, I'm never talking to the person that asked me to use certain pronouns. I'm not talking to you. So the idea that you can claim that I need to use certain pronouns or certain type of language to talk about you to another person, well, that's not the dialect that I speak, and generally not the dialect the person I'm speaking to uses either. And so I speak in a certain dialect of old school English that most of the people I talk to understand. And in fact, here's the beauty of it. When I use my dialect of old school English, I know that anyone who uses the English language as their primary language or even their secondary language, if it's a, an additional language that they've learned, if I use my version of English and my dialect of English, everyone's still going to understand it. It's just that some people speak in a different dialect that can, pronouns are a kind of a validation type of usage, and I don't use. It's not what I do. I use it based on what the person I'm talking to perceives the person we're talking about to be. And so sometimes we will use pronouns that are feminine for a male if the person looks like a female, i.e. a trans person who I have no idea that it's a female, but I have no idea that it's a male. If they look female and I'm talking to somebody here, I'm going to use those pronouns that I use. If it's someone who claims to be non-binary but looks completely like every other female that's in the room, or at least has indicators that that person is female, in my dialect, it's based on whether or not I believe the person is female and the person I'm talking to believes is a female. And so I'm not here to validate someone to say they, them, because I don't care. It's not a validation tool. It's a use of language so I don't repeat myself over and over. And I always give you the bus theory. If someone's about to get by a bus, I'm not going to ask them their pronouns before I tell someone else, hey, get them out of the way of that bus. Get that person out of the way of the bus. Get her out of the way of the bus. I just said them, didn't I? Well, that's because there's more than one possibility. I only use they, them when there's more than one possibility. So if I don't know a person and I don't have, and it's a, a name like, let's see, what's a good name that can be used for both men and women? Aaron. Okay, if it's Aaron. Now, I don't know if it's Aaron, E-R-I-N, or Aaron, A-A-R-O-N, or, someone has a weird spelling of Aaron. If I don't know and I'm not sure, I'll say they because there's more than one possibility. Yes, Pat's one. That's the old Saturday Night Live skit. I'll say they because there's more than one possibility. Not necessarily have to be plural, just means there's more than one possibility. Or if I'm using a neutral person, if I say, well, if a person sets a rock over on that bench, I'm not sure if they will put the rock on the middle of the bench or the end of the bench. Now, the reason I use they for the singular person is because there's more than one possibility, he or she, because look, here's the thing, the using, a lot of people say, oh, they've always used they and them as singular type pronouns. Well, no, not really. Back in the 70s when I was a child, you would say, instead of using they as the unknown person for a pronoun, usually you would say he as a generic he or him. Or you would say him or her. But it became acceptable to use they when him and her because you had more than one possibility. But I remember as a kid, you always still just decided, if you think someone did this, and you'd say he, but the feminists got mad because people were always using he for the generic. Well, what about if it's a girl? Well, okay, fine. Because, if there's an engineer working in the building and if he decides to fix the electrical grid, we would, and people are like, well, what if it was a she? Okay, he or she. Okay, we'll use they because there's more than one possibility. Okay, but someone tells me I'm they, them, I'm going to just, it doesn't matter because the person I'm talking to doesn't see a they, them, and they'll not know what the hell I'm talking about. None of this matters. I took away pronouns. Yet another thing people couldn't be trusted with. Yes. I'll just say your name over and over. Anyway, so the University of Colorado claims it's a act of violence to misgender someone. Here's my act of violence to the University of Colorado. Go fuck yourself. I don't care. So anyway, all right, let's see. What else can I put up here just to fill up the rest of the time here? Oh, good Lord. So apparently in the state of Kentucky, there's a gentleman named Daniel Cameron. He's running for governor. He's the former lieutenant governor. Maybe he's the current lieutenant governor. He's running for governor. He's a Republican. And a lot of liberal writers are saying that Daniel Cameron is anti-black. Anti-black. There's just a small problem. Daniel Cameron is black. Kentucky gubernatorial nominee Cameron sold his soul to the devil. The Courier Journal's Ricky Jones argues. Now, I wonder if Ricky Jones is a white guy. I don't know. Kentucky gubernatorial nominee Daniel Cameron and other black Republicans sold their souls to the devil and worked to keep other black people in check, a liberal columnist argued. Did he now? In his Tuesday piece titled Daniel Cameron and His anti-woke conservative comrades want you asleep. Louisville Courier-Journal columnist and University of Louisville professor Ricky Jones compared Cameron to black slaves who were loyal to their masters. Oh, yes, he could very well be elected governor, but he's a black slave loyal to his masters. And said that trusting people like Daniel Cameron just because of his melanin level can be deadly. Jones also accused Cameron and other black Republicans of selling their souls to Old Scratch, a nickname for the devil. Quote, politically mature black people no longer support so-called successful black people, political candidates like Daniel Cameron and a presidential hopeful, Tim Scott, Jones wrote. They know some of these people have sold their souls to Old Scratch and work overtime to make existing racial power structures comfortable by ensuring I may look like them, but I'm not like them, and I will help you keep them in check. That's the Faustian pact they have made in exchange for their individual good fortunes. Jones is a second Courier-Journal columnist to attack Cameron as anti-black in a matter of days. Last week, the outlet's Joseph Girth accused Cameron of working against, quote, what the vast majority of black people believe, end quote. Does he now? Because those black people are fairly conservative, even if they don't necessarily like Republicans. And argued that Kentucky Republicans who backed Cameron as the party's gubernatorial nominee still could have voted with racism or racist intent. The Republicans voted for Daniel Cameron because they were racist. They were intentionally racist. In 2019, Cameron became the first black man independently elected statewide in Kentucky, defeating Democrat Greg Stumbo by 15 points in a lopsided attorney general's race. Oh, he's the attorney general, excuse me. 4 years later, the Republican is running to unseat Kentucky Democratic Governor Andy Beshear. Cameron earlier this month cruised to the GOP nomination, carrying 47% of the vote in a crowded primary field that included 12 candidates. Wow. You beat out 12 other white guys. Well, I don't know if they were all white, but come on. It's Republicans, right? So am I right? Who knows? That's a bad assumption. Anyway, in addition to his criticism of Cameron, Jones, who did not return a request for comment, vehemently defended Beshear in his column, arguing that the Democrat is no, quote, white devil. Oh, no!
You're fucking a white male!
Andy Beshear isn't the fork-tongued, slivering, hissing serpent coiled in a tree, dripping temptations and deceptions from his reptilian lips, Jones wrote. Yes, it makes sense for smart black people to choose the white guy over the black guy in this one. Wow. Okay. This is far from the first time Jones has accused Cameron of selling out blacks. Last year, the columnist called Cameron white supremacy and blackface. That brings me to another article, because someone sent this to me. I think it was Somnable Nation sent this to me, and that reminds me of it, and I'm going to pull it up here. Let me find my bookmarks. Please tell me I didn't delete it. I was going to talk about Chick-fil-A, but I'm not. It's stupid. Where is it? Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, here, let me go into, I know that you have it in here somewhere, Somnable Nation. Let me just find it here, because this is this is another just the greatest hit, if you ask me. Let's see. It's an article called the growing Hispanic something white supremacists or something like that. Oh, dang it. I don't know where it is. But anyway, so now it's just what amazes me, though. What amazes me about this is the fact that the white supremacists are becoming quite diverse. And it's amazing. It's unbelievable. So Anyway, what do I have? Do I have time for one more? I do. Let's just pick one more out of the list here that I have. Oh, wow. And did y'all see AOC's kind of pissed off because of a parody account? There's a parody account of her, and she's just having a conniption about it. It's actually pretty funny. What is it called? AOC press release, I think it's called. It's funny. You should check it out. All right. How about... Let's see. Well, this is embarrassing. Oh, what? Watch Maricopa election official break into sealed voting machines ahead of Kerry Lake. Oh, I don't want to go there. Well, this is embarrassing because I can't find it. Oh, Target share prices. That's what I wanted to talk about. So Target, the store that sells you stuff a little bit better than Walmart, right? Their prices, shares, dropped again dropped for the longest streak in almost 5 years. By the end of the day Tuesday, the plummet in Target share prices reached the longest losing streak the chain has suffered in almost 5 years. Target share prices have fallen for 8 straight days, plunging another 3.66% on Tuesday, reaching the 133.88 as the store has lost a staggering $12 billion in market share in the last 14 days, to rest at 61.5 or 85 billion in the wake of a consumer boycott triggered by its LGBTQ merchandise. What you've seen in recent days went well beyond discomfort, and has been gut-wrenching to see what you've confronted in our aisles, Target CEO Brian Cornell stated to employees last week, adding there were 2 guiding principles when it came for us to act: do all we can to keep our team safe, and do all we can to honor our commitment and connection to the LGBTQIA plus community. That is a quote. So far back, let's see, as far back as 2014, Target announced it would no longer divide certain products by gender. In 2016, Target introduced a gender-neutral line for children. Why? And also asserted they would allow transgender people to use whatever bathroom they preferred, prompting criticism. Target then spent $20 million to put private bathrooms in their stores. Vice President for Brand Management at Target also serves as treasurer of an LGBTQ group that has received millions of dollars in donations from Target, and urges schools to adopt policies to help trans and non-binary students hide their gender identity from their parents. So they sell binders and all that kind of stuff, tuck-friendly swimwear, etc. Target made emergency calls in mid-May to managers and senior directors at the store after the company faced backlash for its Pride collection, which included tuck-friendly female swimwear and other products, according to a source inside the company. The calls were to direct some stores to make their Pride products display less prominent in order to avoid a Bud Light situation, a Target insider told Fox News. So apparently, look, you know me, I'm not a big fan of boycotts, but this has been kind of eye-opener for Bud Light and Target, hasn't it? And it's interesting because now Chick-fil-A is kind of getting the heat from conservatives. By the way, here's this Scottish trans-identified Satanist designer, and he complains about rainbow capitalism after backlash because he's one of the designers, right? The recent removal of Target Pride-themed clothing and other merchandise amid a backlash from customers has apparently revealed the issues inherent in what is known as rainbow capitalism, according to Scottish clothing designer Eric Carnell, whose products were removed from Target stores. So this is the guy who had all the like devil worship imagery on children's clothes included in the Pride logos, and had one that said like Satan. uses the correct pronouns or some shit like that. It was just like, why is Target selling the Satanism shit? I didn't get it. But anyway, Target has recently received pushback, resulting in a reported increase in customer-employee confrontations, with Pride merchandise being thrown on the ground. Carnell, who claims to be a gay trans man, which presumably means that Carnell is a straight woman who takes testosterone and is sexually attracted to gay men, is just one of the designers whose products have been taken off the shelves per Reuters. Carnell's designs have featured Satanist and trans imagery overlaid with soft pastel colors that might appeal to a young audience. Her products, his products, whatever, have included skirts, hoodies, stickers, and pins, many of which depict Satan imagery, though not all of which were sold at Target. Carnell has expressed that companies such as Target are willing to use LGBTQ people and their causes such as Pride Month, but do not stand up for them when challenges arise, per the report. Well, not everything is for everybody, and people might have complained about the devil imagery that you've been passing out there. So maybe there are some sane people left in the world. So that's all I'm going to say about that, in the words of Forrest Gump. And that's all I have for today, in the words of P-Dog Knight, because, I wasn't as prepared as usual. I do have, I forgot all about this stuff. I did have a bunch of stuff bookmarked. There it is. I wonder what happened to it. By the way, the debt deal that we talked about yesterday got passed in the House, and as some predicted, the House Democrats voted for it in a higher percentage than House Republicans. So that's not really good for Kevin McCarthy, and not that I care about Kevin McCarthy. I just found it interesting that Democrats voted for it at a higher rate than the Republicans. And here's Cenk Uygur complaining about that in a way. So he's not happy about the deal. And I just thought I'd have to show you this. Congratulations to Joe Biden. He gave away work requirements, IRS funding, dirty fuel pipeline permits, end to student debt interest freeze, $30 billion in COVID relief money, and accepted a 2-year cap of discretionary spending, and got absolutely nothing back in return. What a win. Well, good. If Shank's mad about it, I can't find it all bad anymore. So that's interesting. Anyway, all right, guys, that's it for today. Thank you for joining me on the Morning Night Live. I'll do better tomorrow, I promise. But if you are still here, hit the like button while you're thinking about it, or if you haven't done so already. Also, you can certainly share this stream after the show. I'd appreciate that. And also sponsor the show at pdognight.live, just like Jimmy does Hotep, just like Tyre Alexander. You can be like Jimmy and Tyre and sponsor the show. Welcome, Francisco Gonzalez. Subscribe to the channel. That's it. I gotta go. Thank you for being here. My name is P-Dog Knight, and I am out of here. Bye. Have a great day. Hey, this is P-Dog Knight, and thank you for watching today on the P-Dog Knight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P-Dog Knight, and I'm out of here.